Picture this. Your dad is a genie, a real one, from a lamp. He grants wishes, any wishes. You can ask for anything, and you'll get it. But here's the catch. He grants them literally. Want pizza? Sure, with pineapples that hiss acid. Want a new car? Here you go, except it has no steering wheel because you didn't specify. Now imagine being terrified to even say, I want some tea, because one time you asked for something to drink and your dad gave you, well, you'll see.
Chapter 1. Ever woken up in a feather hammock hanging over a bottomless pit? I have. Turns out sleep like a bird does not mean on a comfy mattress. Dad was so proud I didn't specify no wind chill.
You wake up because your bed has turned into a hammock made of feathers, hanging over an abyss. Last night, you told your dad, I want to sleep like a bird. He was happy to help. You forgot to mention you meant an orthopedic mattress. Your dad stands in the corner of the room. He's translucent with gold bracelets on his wrists and a sly squint. He's smoking. Genies always smoke something. Good morning, son. How did you sleep? Terribly. I almost fell. But you didn't. Wish granted. You sigh. Arguing is useless. Dad is an ancient spirit, 1,000 years old. He's used to words being hooks to hang any disaster on. You're used to needing a 3-page contract just to ask for a glass of water. You crawl out of the hammock. Luckily, there's an inflatable mattress underneath. Apparently, your previous wish, I want a soft landing, kicked in late. You go to the bathroom. There's a new faucet. It dispenses lemonade, not water. You didn't ask for that. Once you said, I wish water tasted better. Now you wash with soda. You look in the mirror. Your reflection winks at you. You don't know if it's magic or just sleep deprivation. Dad, get rid of the lemonade faucet. But you wanted it. I wanted cucumber water for refreshment. Didn't specify. You brush your teeth. Mint toothpaste. Thank the gods it hasn't turned into gum yet. You check, still gum. You spit it out. You head to the kitchen. Breakfast is a whole other story. You're afraid to say, I'm hungry, because once you did, and your dad granted it, meaning he made you feel the hunger of the entire world. You didn't eat for 3 days because you were too scared to open the fridge. Now you say, Dad, please, if it's not too much trouble, could you maybe, offer me something edible? No surprises. He snaps his fingers. A plate of eggs appears. Square eggs. You don't ask where they came from. You just eat.
Chapter 2. At school, even the teachers are scared of me. Not because I'm a bully. Because I once accidentally wished the lesson would end. And it ended. Literally. The ceiling came down, and the bell rang for 3 hours straight.
You go to school. You have one golden rule. Never say phrases that start with, I want. Not out loud, not to yourself, because your dad hears everything. Genies don't need lamps to listen. In literature class, the teacher asks, what do you want from life? The whole class starts listing cars, apartments, travels. You sit silent, staring at your desk. The teacher calls on you. I want you to stop asking questions like that. The class freezes. The teacher turns pale. You realized what just happened. You just voiced a wish. Out loud, no qualifiers. Out of nowhere, a note appears on parchment with gold lettering. Wish received, awaiting fulfillment. Your teacher opens her mouth to say something and goes silent forever. Not dead, just voiceless. Right now, this second, everyone stares at you. You blush.
That wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but I didn't mean it. Are you a genie's son? A classmate whispers from the back. Former, I lie. Dad retired. The note vanishes. The teacher's voice comes back a minute later, but now she has a lisp. You swear to never say want within school walls again. At recess, you buy a bun. The cashier asks, what would you like? You point, wordlessly. She understands. You take a bite. Cabbage filling. You hate cabbage, but you don't complain out loud. Who knows, your dad might take it as a request. You sit on a bench, chewing. A new girl sits beside you. She's strange. A lamp spout sticks out of her backpack.
Hey, she says, is your dad a genie too? What makes you say that? You're afraid of the word want. Same problem here. My mom grants wishes literally. You look at each other. Two kids who never talk about their desires. Her name is Jasmine. You become friends. Later, in math class, you pass notes that materialize in midair. Convenient. Dangerous, but convenient.
Chapter 3 Jasmine is the only person who gets my fear. Her mom is a genie too. Together we go to museums where the exhibits are the consequences of bad wishes. The tour guide is a former lamp owner. Kidding, or am I?
Jasmine invites you over. Her mom lives in a regular apartment, but in the middle of the living room stands a brass lamp. Not for wishes, just decor. Amira's mom hasn't granted anyone's wishes for 300 years. She works as an accountant. It's calmer this way, no responsibility. You sit in the kitchen, drinking tea, normal tea. Jasmine shows you an album, photos of her mom from different eras, with Napoleon, with Einstein, with the Beatles. Everywhere she wears a turban and a sly squint. Where does your dad work? Jasmine asks. He's homeschooled, grants my wishes, sometimes mom's, but she stopped after the hippo incident. Hippo incident? She asked for something original for her birthday. Dad gave her a hippo. It lived in the bathtub for 3 days. You laugh. Jasmine tells how her mom once granted a neighbor's wish for a new car, and the neighbor got a tiny Matchbox car. The guy sued. Amira won because the contract didn't specify size. You realize you and Jasmine are the only people on the planet who can discuss safety protocols for making wishes without irony. You even invent a sign language for the words want and need. It's the only way to be sure your parents won't overhear. Before you leave, Amira gives you a keychain, simple, plastic, for luck, and to keep your wishes from coming true too fast. You thank her. On the way home, you whisper, I want no one to die because of my words. The keychain doesn't glow. Maybe it worked.
Chapter 4 Family dinners feel like courtroom dramas. Grandma criticizes every wish Dad makes, and he defends himself with the client didn't specify. Last time they argued about square eggs. I stay quiet, afraid I'll wish for silence and go deaf.
In the evening, Grandma visits. She's a genie too. Old, wise, with a cracked lamp repaired with duct tape. She doesn't grant wishes. She criticizes them. Fed the kids square eggs again? She scolds. It's a design choice, Dad defends. It's laziness, Lucius. In my day, genies phrased wishes properly, with etiquette. Now, Grandma turns to you. And you, grandson, what do you really want? You stay silent. You're afraid to answer, even in front of Grandma, even with the lucky keychain, because deep inside, in the most hidden place, lives a wish. Huge, terrifying. You're afraid that if you voice it out loud, it will materialize instantly and crush you. I want to be left alone, you say.
Grandma smiles, snaps her fingers. Nothing happens. See, sometimes wishes don't come true because they're not yours. You said that to get rid of me. The real one you won't even admit to yourself. She's right. You don't even know what you want. Maybe a normal faucet, maybe a regular sandwich, maybe just for words to stop being dangerous. At dinner, Dad and Grandma argue. Every genie thinks his era was best. Back then, wishes were made in verse, on paper, with witnesses. Now, it's just chaos. You eat your square eggs and think, maybe this chaos is freedom.
Chapter 5 at the cinema. Jasmine and I just point at posters. No words. But once she said out loud, I want a happy ending. The movie ended before it started. Want to know what it's like when the whole theater stares at you?
On Friday, you go to the movies with Jasmine. You're choosing a film. Jasmine says, I want something with a happy ending. The screen goes dark. The credits roll. The movie ended before it began. It was a joke, but you realize she didn't say it as a joke. Or did she? You walk out of the theater. Does your mom grant wishes? No, she's off today. Your dad? Probably off too, hopefully. You buy ice cream. You don't even try to say, I want chocolate. You just point. Jasmine does the same. The vendor smiles. He doesn't care. You sit on a bench. Silence. Then your phone rings. Dad. Son, you've been gone a while. I wished you a good evening, but I'm not sure I got it right. Everything's fine, Dad. Really? Your mood seems unwished for. I'll figure it out. You hang up. Jasmine looks at you. Do you know what you really want? No? You? I want someone to understand me, without wishes, without magic, just because. You look at her, and you think that's the simplest wish you've ever heard, and probably the most honest. I get it, you say. No magic. You sit until evening, no wishes come true, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to you.
After 6 for my birthday, Dad gave me a lamp and led one. To make wishes faster, he said. I told him I didn't want any more wishes. For the first time, he looked lost. Genies don't know what to do with a son who's afraid of his own gift.
On Sunday, Dad gives you a lamp, not brass, plastic, with a USB port, LED. This way you can make wishes without leaving your room. You know, technology. Thanks, Dad, but I don't want to make wishes. Why not? Because I'm scared I'll mess everything up. Dad sits beside you. For the first time, he doesn't look like an ancient spirit. He looks like a tired parent. His bracelets have dimmed. You know, son, I'm scared too. Every time you ask for something, I'm scared I'll grant it wrong. We genies can't read hearts, only words. But you're magical. Magical doesn't mean infallible. He snaps his fingers. A box of new sneakers appears on your nightstand, your favorites. You didn't ask for them. It's a gift, Dad says. No wish, just because I love you. You put on the sneakers. They fit, even better than you dreamed. Dad, could I wish for one thing? What? That you wouldn't try so hard. Just be here. Dad smiles, for the first time in a long time, without scheming. Already granted, son.
Chapter 7, the school dance was unforgettable. One guy wished for eternal fun. The DJ can't stop playing. It's 4 a.m. and we're still dancing because nobody knows how to cancel a wish.
You go to the school dance in your new sneakers, Jasmine in a red dress. You rehearse to dance, but the music glitches. The DJ puts on the wrong song. You're about to say, I want them to play normal music. At the last second, you bite your tongue. Jasmine smiles. She understands. You dance without music, in silence. It's strange, but beautiful. Suddenly, a classmate, the boastful one, yells, I want this dance to be unforgettable forever.
Instantly, the air fills with golden sparks. The floor is covered in rose petals. The ceiling turns into a starry sky. Everyone freezes. You realize your dad heard, or didn't hear, but the wish was clear enough. No one specified how long forever should last. Chaos erupts. Classmates shout, celebrate. Some try to make more wishes. You cover their mouths with your palm. Stop! No wishes! Jasmine runs to the DJ, yanks the cords. Silence. The golden sparks fade. The roses and stars remain. The dance becomes a legend, but at least no one got hurt. Later, Dad calls. Sorry, I thought you all wanted that. You're not angry. You just ask him to check the source of wishes next time. Deal, he says. But you also need to learn to phrase things. You look at Jasmine. She nods. You both know it'll be a long, funny road.
Chapter 8, Dad and I had our first fight. I asked him to stop granting wishes without permission. He said, then learn to say no. So I wished for him to understand me. He vanished for an hour. Came back with a psychology book. Progress.
A week later, you and Jasmine decide to go to the seaside. You text Dad, Dad, we want to go to the coast. A second later, you're standing on a beach, in pajamas, in the middle of the night. It's raining. Did I misunderstand? Dad asks on the phone. No, Dad, you understood literally. But we wanted to go to the sea. We wanted to go tomorrow morning by train with suitcases. Didn't specify. You sit on wet sand waiting for Dad to bring you back. Jasmine laughs. You join her. At least it's an adventure, she says. An adventure called rhetorical lesson. You get home an hour later.
Dad promises not to interfere again without permission, but you know he can't help it. For him, life is a series of granted wishes. For you, a series of misunderstandings. You make up. You ask him only one thing. Before doing anything, ask, "Do you really mean that?" Okay, but then you have to learn to say no. I already do. Too rarely. You promise to think about it. Jasmine waits in the hallway. You go to drink tea. Normal tea. You specify. Loose leaf, boiling water, mug, no GENIE'S. A third mug already sits on the kitchen table. For Dad, he made it himself. No wish required.
Chapter 9 on my birthday. I blew out the candles without making a wish. Everyone was surprised. Then I just told him, "Thank you for being here." He cried. Genies don't cry, so smoke came out of his eyes. Beautiful and weird at the same time.
It's your birthday. You turn 17. You don't make a wish when you blow out the candles. You just watch the flame. Jasmine gives you a notebook. It says, "Be specific." You smile. That evening, after the guests leave, you stay in the kitchen with Dad. He's translucent again, bracelets, smoking, silent. "Dad, I want to ask you something." "Go ahead. Don't grant it, just listen." "Okay, I want you to know I love you, not for the wishes, not for the gifts, just because." Dad snaps his fingers. Nothing happens. "What, were you trying to materialize something?" "No," he says, "I just wanted to make this moment special." It already is. You hug. The kitchen smells of square eggs and honesty. You realize the only wish worth making is the wish to be understood without words. But that's not magic. That's just life.
Chapter 10. Now I live in a dorm. When I order pizza, I specify. No surprises, regular crust, not cardboard. Delivery in 40 minutes, not instantly. Dad calls once a week. Asks if I want anything. I say, "I want you to just be here." And he comes. No magic. By train.
You're 18 now. You've moved into a dorm. Far from Dad, far from lamps and accidental wishes, but the fear remains. You still dread ordering pizza. You say, "I'd like something meat, but no pineapple, no acid, and please not a cardboard box because last time..." Basically, you're still a paranoid mess. But now you have Jasmine. You laugh about your fears together. She tells you how her mom turned an innocent, "I want to be beautiful," into a 3-day ritual with dozens of little jars. You dream of starting an agency called Word to Wish. You'll help people phrase things so genies can't mess them up. "It'll be the greatest startup ever," Jasmine says, "if mythical creatures don't buy it first." Dad calls once a week, asks if you need anything. You say, "No thanks," and hang up, because the biggest wish you have is that it never gets granted, that it stays inside, as a dream, as hope, as ordinary human joy of just being alive. And you know what? That wish is coming true, every day, without any magic. Now here's the question for you, viewer. What would you ask a genie if you were terrified to even order coffee?
Drop a comment, let's see who's braver. And subscribe next time. You are the son of the Kraken. Her hut gives great etiquette advice.